Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is Defub21. When it rains, it pours, and we've got another new trailer out this time. It's the announcement trailer for Resident Evil O. So let's see what we see, and then I'll give my views.
It began as a simple investigation of some bizarre murders in the suburbs of Raccoon City. Nothing in our training could ever have prepared us for the nightmare that ensued.
What's going on? Engine failure. Emergency landing.
A train?
You must be careful, Rebecca.
Don't come any closer!
Billy Cohen killed as many as 23 people.
Who's controlling the train?
She's just a rookie, a member of STARS. Resident Evil 0.
Okay. Let's really cancel this out. I'm not. I really started getting into the Resident Evil series with Resident Evil 4, originally on the GameCube, although I got the Wii version as well. Fantastic game that. If you haven't tried it, you really should. It's kind of the progenitor, particularly the Dead Space series, is a direct, really kind of result of it, in that it influenced those kind of the creation of the kind of action survival horror third-person shooter games, where Capcom started with Resident Evil 4 and then kind of just completely failed to innovate at all and made a lot of mistakes, particularly over issues of racial imagery with 5. EA, credit where credit is due. Certainly the first 2 Dead Space games were fantastic and really built upon what Capcom achieved with Resident Evil 4. Judging by the fixed camera viewpoints, the not particularly impressive looking, particularly CGI, or at least some of those CGI sequences like those, my guess is that this is a HD remake of, I think there might have been a Resident Evil 0 game on the GameCube, and I think it's coming on the 360 and the PS3, so it's not next gen, so not by any stretch of the imagination, and it appears to be again fixed isometric, downwards looking camera, a la the early kind of pre-Res 4 Resident Evil games. So I assume this is what this is. It's a remake of one of the previous pre-Res 4 Resident Evil games they've done. I think they made a HD remake of, or at least a HD update of the original, which I think was remade. They didn't remade for the GameCube got, I think, 3 Resident Evil games in total. I believe at least one of them was effectively a HD remake of a PlayStation 1 game, maybe 2 of them, and then you had Res 4. But I may not be completely right on that. On a side note, I would probably consider to be Resident Evil 4 to be the last truly great third-party game, released certainly by a big publisher as an exclusive on a Nintendo platform. Although again, it eventually came to PlayStation 2 and has been released on PC and the Wii as well. And I think it's been out and it's been released in versions of it for the 360 and PS3. But again, I wouldn't have particularly a significant amount of influence in this. I mean, it's from my standpoint, yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there who'd like to play it again, but Capcom, Resident Evil 5, was kind of, in my view, was kind of, they just literally made the characters had the same movement animations as the bad guys in Res 4. They failed to take advantage or redesign the control system around the twin stick controllers. I mean, I played Resident Evil 5 quite a bit, but it was just, it failed to innovate in any real meaningful way, and things like having two characters on screen most of the time and so on completely took away the suspense. It simply wasn't a kind of scary or intense game the way Res 4 was, and it completely failed to build on what was done with Resident Evil 4 the way Dead Space 1 and 2 really did build on what was created with Resident Evil 4. And those games would be, and particularly Dead Space 1 came out before Resident Evil 5, and apparently Res 6 is a total another train wreck, but I've never played it. So as I said, this is Defub 21. Yeah, if people want to buy it, people want to play it, more power to them. But I have no interest in playing. I've played Resident Evil games before Res 4, but I didn't really like any of them. The kind of the fixed camera angle might have allowed for some pretty nice visuals, but I think from a gameplay standpoint they were horrendous. Tank-like character movement controls and so on. But anyway, this is Defub 21. If you enjoyed this video, I'll leave a link or two to other videos I've done. And if you have a look at those, you enjoy those too, please subscribe to my channel. This is Defub 21 signing off. Toodaloo.